Good evening, greetings and salutations, YouTube community and sports fans, nation and worldwide. You know who it is, Lex Anderson. What it is, the Sports Opinion Log. And in tonight's video, I'm going to break down the classic playoff game between the Seattle Seahawks and their opponents, the Dallas Cowboys, who, guess what, walked away with a W. So let's just get this shovel pass going and hit the ground running. And speaking of hitting the ground running, that would be what Ezekiel Elliott did last night. My man not only had one spoon, he had two spoons as he ran over and through the Seattle Seahawks defense to the tune of 26 carries, 137 yards. And Dak Prescott also had himself quite a game. 22 of 33 for 226 yards, one touchdown in the air, one touchdown rushing. And a quick did you know, he becomes the first Dallas Cowboy quarterback to throw for and run for a touchdown in a playoff game. So tip of the cap to the Dallas Cowboys, especially Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. And I'm sure you're probably like, how could you say that wearing Steelers gear? Well, when you're a fan of the game, you have to appreciate the history of the game. And it was a historic night as that dynamic duo has now won their first playoff game, which is really big. I saw people on social media talking about, oh, well, this is a Seahawks team that was rebuilding. They're in transition. They're a dangerous NFL team that beat the Chiefs and came back to make the playoffs. I really can't stand. I don't want to say hate because hate's a strong word. And my girl Desi Robin, 23, she tells me not to hate, but I can despise. And I despise people that want to say stupid things like on the groups that I'm in on Facebook, replying to NFL commentary, talking about, oh, it's only a 2 point win. Oh, I'm sorry. It's only a 2 point playoff win, you fucking morons. People are so stupid. A win is a goddamn win. I've said it once and I'll say it before. For those of you that don't know, statistically, baseball has 162 games, excuse me. The NFL has 16 games. So, one NFL loss equals a 16-game losing streak in Major League Baseball. So, every win, every loss, it matters. Just ask the Panthers. You see how they were losing all those close games by 7 points or less and how they're on the outside looking in. So let's cut the bullshit. The Cowboys defended their home court. They did what they had to do, and they escaped with a win. Whether it be two, well, the reality is it was 2 points. Final score, excuse me, 24-22. And the game will be, let's see, it was a game in which the Seahawks had the number one rushing offense against the Cowboys number five with the rushing defense. And how did the Seahawks do? Not that good. Let's see. Carson, 20 yards on 13 carries. Penny, 4 carries, 28 yards. One of the long runs was 25 yards. Russell Wilson, he was contained in the pocket. 3 rushes, 14 yards. And in the pocket, he didn't do that much better as well. 18 of 27, 233 yards with one touchdown. Okay, so the Cowboys defense overall, number four in the league. They did what they had to do. And the sight of seeing old Jerry Jones in his luxury skybox clapping and being so happy, because Jerry Jones did say he wants another Super Bowl before he leaves this earth. Jerry Jones' place in history is already secured with AT&T Stadium, that beautifully financed, partially by the taxpayers, billion-dollar stadium. Jerry's World, right? Come on, you want to see teams that haven't had the opportunity to get the job done. When it's their time, they get the job done. A quick did you know? The Seahawks on this loss have had their 9-game playoff opening winning streak broken, 10-7 overall, longest streak in NFL history. Well, was the longest streak in NFL history. So a quick did you know for the statisticians out there. And what else do I want to talk about? Just the heart and soul, man. At the end of the day, You want to see a play that's going to live on in NFL history and in that team's history. And Dak Prescott gave it to you, folks. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter, 3rd and 14, thanks to some calls on the offensive side that pushed them back. And what happens? Dak Prescott, he runs forward 16 yards, and then bow, he hits you with the quarterback sneak at the 1, pretty much putting the game out of reach and securing, again, a very important playoff win for the Dallas Cowboys, the organization, and their fans. Oh, and again, I can't leave out the heroics by Cooper. 6 receptions for 106 yards from what I see here in the notes. Let's see what I got here. Sorry, Cooper, 7 catches, 106 yards. Okay, so a complete game. Being a big fan of Jay-Z and the blueprint for the Cowboys' success has always been quarterback, running back, wide receiver, great offensive line, excellent top 5 defense. That's how you win playoff games. That's how you get to and win the Super Bowl ultimately. Now, I was doing some research and I wanted to see what are the odds are that the Cowboys can get to and make the Super Bowl. So I wanted to find a little quirky connection, which I found out when I thought back to the importance of the last game of the season. Now, as you know or don't know, when Peyton Manning was with the Colts, they had a lot of 15-1, 14-2, 13-3, 13-3 seasons, but would always wind up losing the majority of those games in the playoffs to the team coming through via the wild card. So Peyton Manning, the majority of his career with the Colts, wasn't good when he had them in first place and they were resting to see who would come through the hard way. The teams that had to battle through the regular season to secure a spot and came through via wild card would almost always show Peyton Manning and the Colts the door. So one of the key things in the NFL, which is always hit or miss, is that when a team has secured their conference, like the Cowboys did with the NFC East, do you rest or do you play your star players? Ezekiel Elliott, he chose to rest against the Giants, and it showed in his efforts in which he bruised and battered and cut through the heart of the Seattle Seahawks defense. That was a grown ass man. Ezekiel Elliott, when I saw him when they were showing him, in warm-ups on the field, he had his top, midriff style. He had the visor across his face, and I'm like, uh-oh, this dude looks like he's ready to play. And what's key is that Dak Prescott, in a game that didn't matter, he led the Cowboys on the comeback victory against the Giants. Final score 36-35. Now, let's go back. Hold on here, got to just check the notes real quick. We got to go back in history. December 29th, 2007, the Giants tried to end the Patriots' regular season win streak. They tried to give them their first loss in the regular season. They lost. The final score was 38-35, but the Giants would get their revenge in Super Bowl 42 by beating them 17-14 in what was labeled as one of the greatest Super Bowl games in history because the Patriots were looking to have an undefeated season, and the Giants ruined it. So there clearly is an importance of that last game of the regular season in terms of it having meaning or value, or a player just wanting to stay fresh, sharpen his skills, which is what Dak Prescott did in willing his Cowboys back to the win, on the comeback win against the Giants. Final score 36-35, 38-35. Dare I, the prophet, decree and declare that the Cowboys will be getting to and winning the Super Bowl in this video? Well, I put up a coincidence. There's a good chance that the Cowboys, well, we got to see who their next opponent is first, be it the Saints or the Rams. But when you see those weird things in the air, is it written that the Cowboys, that this could possibly be their year? After they were robbed by the NFL and the officiating crews with their stupid catch rules a couple of years back against Aaron Rodgers, discount double dud, we shall see. And speaking of C, I also want to add very quickly and most importantly that Dak Prescott is playing for a big time contract. And after that win, I was on social media saying that Jerry Jones, you need to pay that man. And of course, who's coming at me? Stupid white guy saying, oh, it's just one playoff win. He doesn't deserve a $100 million contract. And it doesn't surprise me that it's fucking white people once again coming through to give their useless 2 cent peanut gallery bullshit opinions in regards to a man of color. Let's get one thing clear. Dak Prescott is just one game away from tying Tony Romo, who played 13 seasons with the Cowboys and pretty much has nothing to show for it playoff wise. Okay? Merchandise wise, Ezekiel Elliott, I believe, is number 4. Dak Prescott is number 8. So you can rest assured that with that one playoff win, worldwide, as people are going to NFL.com and shopping and buying that Cowboys gear, because you got to remember, you have the loyal fans, you have bandwagon fans, then you have people in the middle. You know, people who might buy Cowboy gear because they like the colors. You know, they like the gray, they like the white, they like the blue. So those people are going to buy a lot of goddamn Cowboy merchandise. And as I had said in an earlier video, which you could check out below regarding the Steelers and Antonio Brown, should they cut him or keep him, there will be a $10 million bump up on the salary cap. It goes from 177 to 187 million. So Jerry Jones will definitely have more than enough money to reward Dak Prescott for what he's done. People are saying, "Oh, he managed the game well enough to win." Well, isn't that what you want? What do you want? Someone to be a gunslinger and throw for 400 yards with 3 or 4 touchdowns and 2 to 3 interceptions in a loss? No, you want someone that's going to manage the game, who has the ability to run if a play breaks down in the red zone, and bring your team the most important thing of all when it comes to the NFL, a victory. This ain't the NBA or Major League Baseball where you have a series. You're one and done. And if you're done, you have nothing to look forward to but the end of your season and just hoping to get back into training camp to get back into shape to once again go forward on your mission, which you hope would be to get to and win the Super Bowl. So yes, Dak Prescott does deserve a $100 million contract. To y'all white people out there who think that he doesn't, because Derek Carr, Matthew Stafford, Kirk Cousins, they've gotten their money and they have 0 playoff wins to show for their existence. So yeah, back in the days I would have been like, oh, he ain't worth it, but the times have changed. The white man is capitalizing on different ways of revenue to pull in money for their teams. So yeah, Prescott, break him off with that $100 million plus contract. The brother deserved it. Whether they're in transition or in rebuild, the Seahawks are a dangerous team. And whether it be the Saints or the Rams, they have a viable defense. And you have Prescott, who knows how to manage the offense well enough to secure the W. All right, so let me make sure I'm not missing anything on that. Yeah. So that's it. And plus, again, Prescott gave you the big play. 3rd and 14. He runs for 16. 1-yard QB sneak. It gets no better than that. Well, actually, hopefully it will get better than that based on who their next opponent is. And speaking of next opponent, we still have the Bears and Eagles going at it. So there will be another video in regards to that game. As the prophet, I'm currently still 0-3, so I need Nick Foles and the Eagles to secure a win and defend their Super Bowl championship run in this game. So I'm going to go finish this game. Make sure you do the right thing and subscribe to this video and press that bell icon to your right thing so you stay notified of any and all upcoming future videos. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this video, which is sponsored by my hair company at celebrityhaircore.com. Guys, if you're looking for the perfect look for your girl, check us out below. Website is in the link in the bio below. And also check us out on the gram at Celebrity Hair Core to see the videos and pictures of our beautiful grade 10A diamond level virgin human hair bundles, closures, frontals, clip-ins, and now wigs, full lace and 360 degrees. Thank you very much. This is your boy Lex Anderson, doing what I do best, representing for the city of Pittsburgh Steel City. My girl Desi Robin 23. You can follow her on Twitter. She's in my bio. I'm at Mr. Fifth Avenue. Hashtag TST. Tip of the cap, Cowboys Nation. Congrats, y'all. Y'all deserve it. Soak it in. I'm popping my collar. Time for me to sign out. Gotta love that outro. Nothing is worse than when someone tries to count another man's money. Are you kidding me? The NFL has wasted so much money on subpar average quarterbacks. And guess what? If Dak Prescott is an average quarterback, unlike the previously mentioned quarterbacks, at least he's got a playoff win under his belt. The nerve of some people. And hey, well, if you're still watching this video, make sure you do the right thing and follow my boy on the gram at M6Drop. Yes, you heard me correct. M6Drop. Later.